If you don't force yourself to do what matters, life will quietly punish you for avoiding it. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's real. It's happening right now to millions of people who know what's important but still don't do it. They wake up, get lost in tasks that feel urgent, reply to things that don't matter, and scroll through hours of distraction. Then the day ends, and they wonder why they feel behind, tired, and stuck. That feeling, that silent pressure building inside, is life responding to what you're avoiding. This chapter is not about being perfect, it's about being honest. Honest enough to admit that you've been putting off the very things that would change your life. Honest enough to say that comfort has cost you progress, and strong enough to choose action from this moment on. If you're done making excuses, if you're ready to focus only on what will truly move your life forward, then keep listening. This could be the moment that changes your direction completely. Chapter 1. Force your mind to do what you keep delaying. You know what separates the people who build something meaningful in their life from those who keep wishing for it? It's not talent, it's not luck, and it's not opportunity. It's the ability to force yourself to do what you keep delaying. Every person has something they've been putting off. Maybe it's a dream they talk about. Maybe it's a goal they write down every new year. Maybe it's a promise they made to themselves long ago. And deep down, they know it matters. But they delay. They wait for the right time, the right mood, the right moment. And that moment never comes. The truth is, your mind will never give you permission to do what's uncomfortable. Your mind wants comfort. It wants safety. It wants routine. But comfort never built a strong person. Comfort never created a leader. Comfort never shaped a life worth remembering. You have to take control of your own thoughts before they take control of your time. When you catch yourself saying, "I'll do it later," that's the very moment you must move, because later becomes never. The problem is not that people don't know what to do. Most people know exactly what they should do. The problem is, they don't feel like doing it. They wait for inspiration. They wait for motivation. But waiting is a trap. The people who win in life don't wait to feel ready. They build the habit of acting before the feeling comes. When you force your mind to move when it doesn't want to, you start building self-respect. You begin to trust yourself again. That's power. That's freedom. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many times have you promised that next week will be different? Every delay weakens your belief in yourself. Every broken promise chips away at your confidence. But every time you take action, even when it's small, you rebuild that belief. You tell your mind, "I'm in charge here." That's how transformation begins. Not in big moments, but in small decisions when no one is watching. When you delay something important, you create mental weight. It sits on your mind all day. You can't relax. You can't enjoy anything fully. Because in the back of your mind, you know there's something you should be doing. That's the cost of procrastination. It steals your peace before it steals your success. You can't rest peacefully when you know you're living below your potential. The only cure is action. Start the thing you've been avoiding. Send that message. Write that plan. Take that step. Forcing yourself doesn't mean being harsh or cruel to yourself. It means being honest. It means saying, "I may not want to do this right now, but I'll do it because my future deserves it." It's a mature decision. It's not about feelings. It's about priorities. When you live by feelings, life controls you. When you live by priorities, you control life. I've seen people with incredible dreams never move an inch because they waited for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It's like the wind, it changes direction every day. Discipline is stable. It doesn't depend on how you feel. It depends on who you decide to be. When you act with discipline, You're teaching your mind a new pattern, to move when it's time to move, not when it feels good. Imagine waking up and doing what you know is important before your mind has time to argue. That's how winners think. They don't negotiate with their excuses. They don't wait for inspiration. They understand that the work they avoid today becomes the regret they carry tomorrow. Forcing yourself today is how you earn pride tomorrow. When you start forcing yourself, something powerful happens inside you. You realize that your thoughts are not your master, they're your tools. You can feel tired and still act. You can feel uncertain and still try. You can feel fear and still move forward. That's the essence of real growth. It's not about removing fear or doubt. It's about acting in spite of them. Every human has two voices. One says, "Do it later." The other says, "Do it now." The voice you listen to becomes your life. If you obey the voice of comfort, you'll build a comfortable life, but never a meaningful one. If you obey the voice of strength, you'll build a life that feels alive. Every day, you choose which voice gets stronger. The mind gets trained by repetition. The more you act quickly, the easier it becomes to act quickly again. The more you delay, the easier it becomes to delay again. You might think it's hard to start, but you know what's harder? Living with the pain of knowing you could have done more. Living with the weight of regret. Living with the question, what if I had just started? You don't want that question to follow you for years. You want the satisfaction of saying, I did it, even when I didn't feel like it. So how do you force yourself to act when your mind resists? You start by simplifying. Don't think about the whole journey. Just think about the next action. If it's exercise, just put on your shoes. If it's studying, just open the book. If it's making a call, just dial the number. Once you begin, momentum takes over. The hardest part is the first step. Once you start, your body and mind align. You also need to remind yourself of your why. Why does this matter? What are you fighting for? What will your life look like if you stay the same? When you connect your task to a real reason, it gains emotional power. You stop seeing it as a chore and start seeing it as a choice that builds your future. Discipline isn't built overnight. It's built daily, through repetition. Every time you force yourself to act, you strengthen your willpower. It's like training a muscle. The first time is hard, the second time is easier, and soon it becomes your nature. You'll reach a point where doing the hard thing feels normal, and avoiding it feels uncomfortable. That's the turning point. That's when you know you've changed. People often ask why some individuals seem unstoppable. It's not because they enjoy hard work more. It's because they've trained themselves to stop listening to excuses. They've learned that comfort is the enemy of progress. They've accepted that pain is temporary, but pride is permanent. They don't need motivation, they need results. And results come only from consistent action. You can't think your way into discipline. You have to act your way into it. Action rewires your brain faster than any thought. Every time you move forward when it's difficult, you're carving a new path in your mind that says, I follow through. You're teaching yourself to be reliable. That reliability becomes your strength. It builds trust not just in others' eyes, but in your own. Remember this, your goals don't care about your mood. The world doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Success belongs to those who act when others are still deciding. That's the mindset that changes everything. You stop being a dreamer and become a doer. You stop talking about your future and start building it. You must realize that delay is a thief. It doesn't take your dreams all at once. It steals them one day at a time. Every day you delay, you lose an opportunity to grow. You lose a bit of confidence. You lose a bit of self-belief. That's why you must act now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow never arrives. When you force yourself to act, You also start controlling your emotions better. You become less reactive. You start feeling more grounded. You stop being a prisoner of your impulses. That's the kind of control that gives peace. Real peace doesn't come from comfort, it comes from mastery. When you know you can rely on yourself, you stop fearing challenges. You might feel resistance. That's normal. Everyone does. Resistance is just the mind trying to protect you from effort. But effort is not your enemy, it's your way to freedom. Every bit of effort you put in pays you back in confidence and clarity. Think of your life like this. Every day, you have a few important things to do that move you forward. Everything else is noise. Most people fill their days with noise because it's easy. You must become different. You must choose the important over the easy. That's how you rise above average. Start by choosing one thing you've been delaying and do it today. Don't wait until you feel like it. Don't negotiate, just do it. Feel the discomfort and move anyway. When you finish, notice how your mind changes. You'll feel lighter, clearer, stronger. That feeling is proof that you're growing. You don't have to fix your entire life overnight. You just have to take control of one small decision at a time. Every time you do what's important instead of what's easy, you're creating a new identity. You're becoming someone who follows through, someone who doesn't need to be pushed, someone who leads themselves. In the end, life rewards people who act. Not the smartest, not the luckiest, but the ones who move when it's hard. The ones who push past the noise and do what matters. That's who you must become. The kind of person who doesn't wait for perfect conditions. The kind who acts because they understand that time is life, and wasting time is wasting yourself. So force your mind to do what you keep delaying. Do it because your future self is watching. Do it because every step forward counts. Do it because you deserve the life that action brings. The strength you want, the success you want, the peace you want, they all begin the moment you stop delaying and start doing. That moment is now. Chapter 2. Focus only on actions that truly change your life. Most people are busy from morning until night, yet few are actually moving their life forward. They wake up, rush into tasks, answer messages, check updates, handle small problems, and end the day feeling exhausted but unfulfilled. The reason is simple. They are spending their days doing what keeps them occupied, not what changes their life. There's a big difference between activity and progress. You can fill every hour and still stay in the same place. Real growth starts when you begin to focus only on actions that truly make a difference in your life. If you want to change your future, you have to get serious about how you spend your energy. Life doesn't reward effort alone, it rewards effort directed in the right place. Every person has a limited amount of time, attention, and energy. You can either spend it or invest it. Spending gives you a temporary feeling of movement, but investing gives you transformation. The question you must ask yourself every day is what I'm doing right now building the life I want? If the answer is no, you're just filling time. If the answer is yes, you're building a future. Focusing only on what truly matters requires honesty. It's easy to lie to yourself by calling busyness productivity. You check emails, scroll through feeds, handle small issues, and tell yourself you're getting things done. But deep down, you know these actions don't really change your life. They keep you comfortable. They give you the illusion of control. Growth happens when you stop hiding behind distractions and start facing the real work, the uncomfortable